we've got our top 5 most likely draft busts here in the first round.
Technically, they could all be busts.
Exactly. So we've crunched them down to 5 here. And by the way, shout out to Marcos in the comment section. Mr. Rogers, 89 is a bust. Well, Marcos, by the way, I'm 99, so that must be a different Cam, right? That's got to be. It's not me. I can't be a bust. All right, let's go to your names here, Tom. We'll start things off with Josh Allen. I am sure you have a lot to talk about him here. So the floor is yours, my man.
Why is it going to change for Josh Allen? You and I discussed this off air. Is Josh Allen going to be the next Brett Favre? Because if he's not, then he's going to bust. Even going back to high school, even JV high school, he didn't complete 60% of his passes. So why all of a sudden, when Josh Allen for his entire life has been a sub 60% completion guy, even in high school, even at community college, why is he suddenly going to improve on that? I get that the upside is there. He's got a rocket for an arm. He's athletic. He can move. He can do everything you want. You see all of the ability on the field at times, but the consistency has just never been there. So why would it change now?
That's an amazing graphic, Tom.
Thank you.
Just look at it. Yeah, great job on your part, but just amazing in terms of the numbers here. And when you say high upside, if he's somebody who has high upside, wouldn't he have panned out by now?
You would think, right? Now, it could still work out. I think you can coach him up a little bit, but if it doesn't end up developing, then he's going to be a bust. So I want Josh Allen to be great, because if he is, he's going to be one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL. But I think the reality is, from what he is right now as a prospect to what he has to become, it's too much of a gap.
Okay.
So of all the players on this list, I unfortunately feel most comfortable about Josh Allen not panning out. But I hope I'm wrong.
You and Jalen Ramsey both.
Yeah, well, Ramsey's a smart guy sometimes.
Let's go to the next name on the list. And I don't know if Saints fans are going to like this.
They
Marcus
won't.
Davenport, Tom.
Of the 5 guys we're discussing, I focused again on guys that I thought had the biggest potential to bust. Sure. Not necessarily that, they're guaranteed bust. There's no such thing in the NFL. So of the 5 guys we're going to discuss, I think that Davenport is the most likely to have success in the NFL. The big concern for me with Davenport is that he's still kind of raw as a prospect. I don't think he's DeMarcus Ware coming out of Troy. I don't think he's that caliber of player. He's not a finished product. He needs polishing. I hope that Davenport becomes that guy. I hope that he becomes the extra edger that the Saints so badly need. But you go back and look at the recent draft history of trading up for defensive end or edge rushers in the first round. We'll see how Tack and Floyd end up being, but Shane Ray and Deion Jordan did not turn out that well. And edge rushing is not a guaranteed success there. So I think that Davenport will have success, but there's definitely the potential for this to not work out. He won at UTSA because he was bigger, stronger, and faster than everyone he played against. That will not be the case in the NFL, so he has to become more refined in his actual pass rushing moves. He doesn't have that yet. He was really good in the actual Senior Bowl game, but in the Senior Bowl practices, he did not look very good.
And it showed flashes, but
they've been there.
That's the best way to kind of encapsulate Davenport. Flashes.
Yes.
He's very raw, still needs polish.
Again, much like Allen and other players we'll discuss, the upside is there, but he's not quite a finished product yet. Same with a bunch of the linebackers, Tremaine Edmunds and Leighton Vander Esch as well.
Okay, so there you go. Marcus Davenport on the list here for top 5 most likely first-round busts here, Tom. Let's go to the offensive side again, and it's Kolton Miller, tackle there for the Raiders.
Raiders fans really do not like me.
They're going to come at you quickly.
Past couple weeks. They have not liked me at all. I did like the Hurst pick. That saved their draft. So Kolton Miller, look, obviously I watched a lot of Josh Rosen film, and I didn't love what I saw out of Miller. The plus side is great athlete, and he is a massive human being. He does look a lot like Nate Solder, but he also needs a lot of work. Kolton Miller as a prospect is, as an actual tackle, it's not really there yet. And I think maybe the biggest concern for me in the end with Kolton Miller is, yeah, you've got this great athlete with great size. Are you trusting Tom Cable to make the most out of him? Because the big concern for me with Tom Cable's recent track record in Seattle with drafting offensive linemen high, it's actually been very bad. So this pick has Tom Cable written all over it. Cable keeps thinking he can take these good athletes and turn them into something great. But you look at the at least round 4 picks for Cable in Seattle, that's not a good list. Now, maybe Ethan develops into something, but I don't think it's going to be a Fetty. Reese and Poole and Glowinski have not been good players. So I don't really have any faith in Tom Cable, and as much as we don't want to admit it, fit does matter. So you put a developmental type tackle with Tom Cable, I don't trust that. Fit really matters in the NFL. Which is also why I saw a comment about Baker Mayfield. That's why I think there's some more concern there.
Yeah, the logic.
Because it's the Browns.
Exactly. I think John in the comments section said that one. What up, John? Thanks for watching. All right, let's get to the next name here, Tom. And I'm a fan of this one. Baltimore Ravens tight end Hayden Hurst. Like, what are you doing, Ravens?
I was just the next two guys. I was just straight up not fans of.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of faith in Hayden Hurst. The upside again is there. He's a good athlete. Has shown the ability to be a nice move tight end. But he's also older than you want as a prospect, and he is developing. So, yes, the NFL is ageist, and I guess I am too. Mm-hmm. I don't like mid-20s tight ends who still need work in the actual part of being a tight end.
In the first round.
In the first round. When, frankly, I think there is a real argument, Cam, at the guy that took the Ravens took in round 3 is actually a better player.
Sure, Mark
now,
Andrews.
I had Hurst a little bit ahead of Andrews, but, again, fit we mentioned. The Ravens' track record of tight ends has been bad.
Remember when Max Williams was supposed to be the guy coming out of Minnesota?
I thought he was going to be good, and he was not good.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm wrong about Hayden Hurst, but I just have concerns about him actually becoming the guy for Baltimore when he's not a great blocker and he's still pretty raw. 3 career touchdowns for an athletic tight end. I know that college teams don't ever know how to use tight ends properly, but you would think you'd have more for a guy of his age.
All right, so there you go. Hayden Hurst on the list there, as well as this guy. Not Tremaine, Terrell Edmunds. This was a head scratcher.
I'm still not totally convinced that the Steelers didn't think that Tremaine Edmunds was on the board. Now, I don't know what Pittsburgh's going to do with Edmunds because they have 4 strong safeties now. With Davis, Burnett, Edmunds, and they also took Marcus Allen. None of those guys are true deep end safeties. Now, you could see a scenario where maybe a guy like Edmunds or a guy like even Burnett plays more linebacker. That might be a decent role for Edmunds, but he's a really, really good athlete. The issue is he's still a better athlete than he is football player. There are times he gets himself out of position. There are times he overruns and just misses plays.
And that's kind of the Edmunds MO, too.
Yeah,
very athletic
both of them. Both of them are great athletes. But my mindset was he was, for me and a lot of other people, a third-round player. Now, Tracy Walker was also a later-round pick, but you passed on Jesse Bates, Justin Reed, Ronnie Harrison, and Tavarius Moore. At least 3 of those guys I thought would have been much better picks for the Steelers than Edmunds. Great athlete, but he's still a work in progress as an actual football player, and that's the big concern for me.
All right, Terrell Edmunds there, a potential bust for the first round of the NFL draft. Let's summarize Tom Downey's list here. And Tom, you've got Josh Allen there, then Marcus Davenport, Colton Miller, Hayden Hurst, Terrell Edmunds. No particular order here, Tom, but if you had to pick one, the most likely, it's got to be Allen?
It's Allen. And he's also, he is without a doubt the most likely to bust, but we'll see if he actually ends up busting. Again, all these guys could work out very well, but we'll see what happens there in the end.
All right, so there you go. Top 5 most likely first round busts here. Tom Downey, thank you, sir, for coming along for the ride here on the Cam Rogers Show. So once again, it's Allen, it's Davenport, it's Colton Miller, Hayden Hurst. Guys, let me know in comments the most likely bust, and you can't say Cam Rogers because I'm not going into the NFL.